Four friends from the East Coast embark on a trip to find some of the best brews on the west coast of this fine nation. The trip would take about 5 weeks, depending on stops and cash flow. The goal was to travel to local beer hotspots and find other great breweries through word of mouth. Once located, the best brew based upon locals would then be tested and rated on a scale from 0 to 10 in 5 categories. This is Brew.S.A. So now that you've seen what a nanobrewery looks like, let's take a look at what happens when a microbrewery becomes something a little bigger.
We gotta get some glass.
On our way to Petaluma, California to Lagunitas Brewing Company.
I'll say 4. Really?
Going 5.
5.
Lagunitas was once again a group of people that welcomed us with open arms. The beauty of Lagunitas is that the crowd is a perfect mixture of locals and tourists.
5.
5.
Not since Bayern have we seen such a family aspect when it came to their employees.
Color?
5?
Yeah.
Not that dark. It's not too dark.
Not too dark.
Once outside the main bar, there's bench seating with a stage. There's also an auxiliary stage on the other side of the fence. Oh yeah, and feel free to bring your dog. We'll have dog beer waiting.
Smooth. 7.
6. 5.
10 being like really smooth.
Yeah.
I think it's 6.
Once outside the main eatery, we met with Lewis and the tour group. Lewis gave us a tour of the entire brew process.
500 times 31 is how many gallons of beer that thing is actually making when it's making the beer.
Afterwards, we met with Ryan, who told us the best stories Lagunitas has to offer while we sampled the key beers.
Alright, last but not least is heavy.
5. I feel like it's in the middle. 5. 5. I drink beer and then I stop drinking beer.
After Petaluma, we drove straight to Santa Rosa. When we arrived at Russian River, we were not strangers to the name. Russian River had such a reputation and fan base, we chose 2 brews for the taste testing.
Yeah. It's right over here.
Next up
Where's
was.
this from?
You want to take care of this one? You
Same
got a letter?
brewery as
Pliny
last
the
beer we
Elder.
just drank.
Watch your eyes.
To this day, I'm not sure if we arrived at the peak of business or if Russian River is always that busy.
That's sweet.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Not very happy. I'm gonna go with like a 3.
That's a 3. I'll go 3.
Sweetness.
I'm going to say this one is at a 7.
I'm gonna agree with 7.
The crowd shows their loyalty sporting t-shirts of their favorite brew.
Color?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
What are we doing?
3.
Even if you have a favorite beer, it's hard to say no to the 18 beer sampler they offer.
Smooth.
Yeah.
7.
I think there's something there you guys are mistaken for sweetness.
Heavy.
4. 4. What metal is
They were so kind as to bring us in the back and show us their brewery. Including the magic room.
Pop up, spewing out yeast and fermenting beer.
Wow.
7.
7.
If there was a smell on there, it'd be a 1.
That is that's pretty sweet.
It's
Sweetness.
6.
6. 6. Color.
I
Yeah.
gotta go 4.
This is very similar to a Lagunitas, man.
Go down like
Heavy.
Six.
I gave it a 3. 6.
Yeah, I'm going way low. I mean, this shit.
We'll go here.
And so, we drove on.
No matter which way you lay, it's a pillow. You know? It's a great animal.
Listen carefully to this one.
In San Diego, we stayed with Daniel's sister Melanie and her fiancé Mark. Upon checking our funds, it was realized that Brew.S.A had to come to a close.
Got a past full of heartbreaks, so I put an ice box in my heart's place. I'm just trying to keep my heart safe. Feels like I kept it locked in the glass case. So they say I'm running last in the love
But that didn't mean our
race.
good time had to end. We continued on to see the sights of southern U.S.
Where I'm not wanted. Mama said you can't keep her cause you don't own her. So I drift on by my lonesome. Never thought you'd be the one I keep away from. But I guess things change. It's funny how my failure brought pain. But I'm a changed man, never be the same. The fire thought I had, never had a flame. So I drift on, hoping I could love again. Hoping I could love again.
Often told stories about the way I lived a life of a drifter,
Yeah,
waiting for the day.
feel me?
But I take your hand and
I don't gotta say too much, but
baby, you would say,
yeah,
come baby,
get where I'm coming from. Old pictures, old memories. I got a new life, new energy. I've been so many places you will never see. Sometimes I think back, we were never meant to be. So I drift on, too late for apologies.
When we got to Colorado, we met Daniel's friend John, who took us where he has the pleasure of working, Mountain Sun Brewery.
The next morning, we said goodbye to Ben as he flew back to New Jersey.
I guess I was a pawn in your chess game, but I threw my chips in like a poker game. So they say I'm hopeless, but I maintain. So I drift on, hoping
And we picked up our old friend Eric in North Carolina.
hoping I could love again.
The trip left us with a few lessons. Our eyes were open to the struggles microbreweries suffer and how treating your employees like family goes a long way. Brew.S.A did not want to end, especially when you consider we had barely scratched the surface of microbreweries in the U.S.